Hey guys, welcome back to Shiz University. Just kidding. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're doing the 25 books to read in 2025. And we're gonna start off with Lost and Lassoed. I have a copy of it and it's in my book sleeve with obsidian and I cannot find the sleeve. I'm out of breath from going through every nook and cranny. I don't know where it is. I don't know where I left it, but we're gonna start with Lost and Lassoed. I'm going to include a picture here. This is the third book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I have the others right here, Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled. I love those two books. I think of like the romance genre, so I've been getting more into it like last year and stuff like that. Those have been like my favorites because they talk about mental health and I am very big on mental health, as you guys will see eventually. I wrote a poetry book that has to do with anxiety and stuff, so I'm very big on mental health. So I'm very excited to continue the series, and the fourth book comes out in April, so I do want to read it before the fourth one comes out in April. So we have that one. Then we have Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. I'm ready to start this series, this little long series. This is this special edition. I got it at Books A Million for $10. It was in the sale section and I bought it. It was obviously closed in the wrapping and stuff like that, but I did open it. I finished this year A Court of Thorns and Roses, the whole series. I'm officially caught up. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't, for me at least, it wasn't like, oh my god, like it's been for other people. And it made me kind of sad because like I wanted to be part of the bandwagon. I wanted to join it. Like I love Valaris and all that stuff, but like it just wasn't the book for me. But I've heard Throne of Glass is better, so I'm excited to read it and get into it. But this is a longer journey. I also have The Assassin's Blade, but I still don't know if I should read that one before this one. Everyone has a different opinion, but you guys let me know how you read it. But Throne of Glass is one of the books. Then my next goal is to finish all of Jane Austen's novels that I own. Well, all of hers. She only has 7. So I already read Pride and Prejudice, and that's my favorite book ever, which is a book that I buy when I go to a different country, and I buy it in the language. So I have an Icelandic one and a Swiss German one from when I went to Switzerland, and I want to keep going to other countries. I'm sad that I did not start that when I went to Italy or Spain, because I would have had it from there, but we live and we learn. So I read that one. I read Persuasion because I wanted to finish it before the movie came out on Netflix when he came out, and I finished it and I loved it. I love the way Jane Austen writes men. And I also finished Northanger Abbey just because it was a shorter one and it's a gothic one, so I really wanted to read it because most of hers are just like contemporary, like romancy kind of things, and that one was more like gothic. I did enjoy it too, but it was my least favorite out of the 3. And then we have another one, but this one's short, and it's Lady Susan. It's a very short one. I don't remember too much what it's about. I honestly don't remember what any of these are about. These look like they're letters, so maybe it's just letters written and that's the way the story is told. But I'm excited to read it. Like I said, Pride and Prejudice is my favorite book ever, my favorite movie ever, the one with Keira Knightley. I love it, so I do want to read all of her works, and I hope this is the year when I read them all. So we have Lady Susan. Then we have Mansfield Park, which is equally with like Northanger Abbey, the ones with the least like good reviews on Goodreads. But I still enjoyed Northanger Abbey, so I'm wondering if I'm going to enjoy this one because people say it's very much boring. But it says, we have a all better guide in ourselves if we would attend to it than any other person can be. So, I don't know. We're going to see. I'm excited to read them. Like I said, I want to read all her works. So then we have Emma by Jane Austen, the chunkiest book, but I know it has so many good reviews and I want to see the movie so bad, but I don't want to get spoiled, so I do want to read it first. And it says, can you imagine anything nearer perfect beauty than Emma altogether? Like, come on, a guy telling you that, man? Yes, and I feel like she just writes her men like so beautifully and like eloquently and like yes. So I'm excited to read it. And then last but not least, we have Sense and Sensibility. And I know it's like one sister is more like the sense side and the other one's more like the sensibility. So that's all I know. And it says, it is not time or opportunity that is to determine intimacy. It is disposition alone. So we're going to read them. And I know it has a movie too. I want to watch all the movies. And we got the gorgeous Barnes & Noble editions. And you can tell that Northanger Abbey and Mansfield Park are the least popular ones because they don't have these like stunning editions in Barnes & Noble of them, which sucks because I wanted them all the same, but it is what it is. Then we have another classic. I kind of want this to be like the year of the classics because I started off the year, well, I just started off, but I just read Letters to a Young Poet by, what's his name? Rainer Maria Rilke, I don't know. So we have The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I love this play and I love the music. I've listened to Think of Me today like 5 times. Like every time I'm doing something, I'm like, okay, we're gonna start it over. We're gonna do it again. So I'm excited. It says, you are crying, you are afraid of me, and yet I am not really wicked. Love me and you shall see. All I wanted was to be loved for myself. The Phantom. So I'm excited to read it. I'm excited. It's so, I love it. These are the like covers from Books A Million, so just in case. Then we have Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, which is the second book in the Cinder series, the Lunar Chronicles. I loved Cinder. Right now I'm in the middle of Scarlet. I am on chapter 4. I think I'm a little bit further, probably like chapter 16. But I'm not like loving it like I loved Cinder, and that sucks. But I do want to finish this one this year to see if I continue with the series or if like I'm gonna stop after this one, but we will see. So this one is just one of them. This one's about Red Riding Hood, and you still see Cinder stories, and Cinder's supposed to be like Cinderella. So I'm just excited to finish it and see if I want to continue the series or not. So this is like the deciding factor. We'll see. Then we have this prize-winning book that everybody loves and everybody tells you should read, and I'm gonna read it. This is gonna be the year I'm gonna read it. We're gonna try to read it this year, and that is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I've read Galatea by her because it's a very short one, and I was like, okay, and I like her writing style, so I feel like I'll enjoy it. I think she writes more like lyrically, so we're gonna see. I also have Circe, but I wanted to just put one of them in here just in case because I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one. I heard that this one's like very sad, so we're gonna see if we cry. We're gonna see. Next we have The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I don't know too much about this. I think she's supposed to be like a writer and she starts going crazy or something like that, but I don't want to know too much about it just because that's the beauty of like Sylvia Plath's work. I am trying to read her journals. It's just a lot to take in because it's a lot, so I'm very slowly but surely reading them. So I'm excited to just read it and see how it goes and just, you know, look at it. I love anything mental health related, so we're gonna do that. And then as we continue the mental health journey, I've had this book since December 2020, and that was because that's when I got like my really bad anxiety started then, and I had seen people talk about it, but I never decided to start reading it, which I shut up. And that is The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma by Bessel van der Kolk, I think. So yeah, this one's a non-fiction, which one of my goals in my bingo is to read a non-fiction. It's right there. This is my little bingo for the year. I've already done 2 things: get a new job and write a book. So we're doing some stuff. We're doing some stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, that's gonna fall probably. But yeah, so that's my goal, to read it and hopefully highlight a shit ton of stuff, and just hopefully it helps me deal with like my stuff better, to understand myself better. So I'm excited for that one. I've been wanting to pick it up, but I know it's like a book that like you really have to sit down and like really pay attention and annotate and do all those things. So yeah. Then we have Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I know I butchered it. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I have to take off the sticker, but it's one of those that like I have to remove the residue afterwards. I know everybody loves it. They say it's kind of sad, and I think you time travel in this cafe, and that's all I know about it, and that's all I really want to know. I don't know much about most of these books, but I do want to read them because I want to know. And I know this book is very well talked about and raved, so I want to read it. Then we have The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And it says, and the secret garden bloomed and bloomed, and every morning revealed new miracles. So I love this book, and I've never read it, but like Taylor Swift has a song I hate it here, so I would go to secret gardens in my mind. People need a key to get to. The only one was mine. So I know is that what I think I know about this book is that she goes through like some really bad stuff. So she goes into the secret garden to escape it. I think that's what it is. I know this is like a classics children's book, so I want to read it, and I think the story is just beautiful. This edition is beautiful, and yeah, I'm excited to read it. And then I've been wanting to read this book for a while because I watched the movie and I love the movie, so I really want to read the book because I feel like the book would be just so much better. And that is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. It says, life and love are very precious when both are in full bloom. So I'm just excited, like the four sisters, you know, just to see how it goes in the book, to see if it's any different. Obviously you get a lot more detail, and I want to read it so I could rewatch the movie, because I have forgotten stuff about the movie because I watched it when it came out of the movie theaters. So the one with Timothée Chalamet and I don't know how to say her name, Saoirse, I don't know. Anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about. So I'm excited to read it and like experience it this way. Then we have Stephen King's On Writing, which would also count for my read a nonfiction book because it is nonfiction, and I want to read this because I heard it's very informative. Really go into his brain on how he writes, but I also feel like it would be a great tool for me because I want to eventually write like a book. So this would be very good just to know how to set up a story, how to go about it, how to create your characters. I feel like that will talk about it. So yeah, and it's Stephen King. Everybody knows Stephen King. Everybody loves Stephen King. Everybody reads Stephen King books. So who better to teach you than Stephen King? Like, he has a bajillion books too, and they're all good, and they're all turned into movies and stuff. Well, not all of them, you know what I mean? So yeah. Then we have the second and only romance, I think, like romance in this book, and that is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I hate these covers. They're so flippin' ugly. I wish I had the iconic original covers, but I do not, and I'm so sad about it. I don't know very much about this book. I think there's like a love triangle going on, and that's literally all I know. And I want to read it because everybody loves it. Everybody's like, Magnolia Parks. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get Magnolia Parks and I'm gonna read it. So we got Magnolia Parks. We're nearing the end. 3 more books after this one. So we have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I have started it. I'm on chapter 4, just 38 pages in. All I know is that it's like a dark fantasy romance, and from what I've read, I know that she has a darkness inside of her, and that's all I know, and that's all I want to know. It says Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. So I don't know, and I don't want to know too much. I don't want to look into it. I just want to read it and go into that one dark window without knowing anything. So we have this book. Then we have a chunkster, and that is 11/22/63 by none other than Stephen King. This is a chunky book. It's chunks. I started watching the show when it came out on Hulu years ago. I never finished it, so I don't even know how this goes, but I know this person travels back in time to try to stop John F. Kennedy's assassination, and that's all I know. And I know that this book, everyone raves about it, everyone says it's so good, so I do want to read it to then go back and visit the series and see if I like it or not. But yeah, so we have 11/22/63 by Stephen King. This one's gonna take a while to read. Like, this is one that I have to start, and it might take me a bit, or maybe I get really into it and I finish it in like a month. We'll see, perhaps. So we're down to 2 books. The next book is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, just because Onyx Storm came out this year and everyone's talking about it, and I want to read it and I want to be caught up. I do have Fourth Wing, and I went and I bought Onyx Storm, like the limited edition, because it was so beautiful, and I ordered Iron Flame on Amazon because I do want to read it. I just know it's like romantic-y and there's dragons, and that's it. And all I keep hearing on TikTok is the sound that it's like, I know who you are, Violet Targaryen, or something like that. So fly or die. But yeah, I'm excited to read it and just see how it goes. Oh, and this part, a dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without the dragon is dead. I also keep hearing that on TikTok, and everybody loves Zayden, so maybe I'll love Zayden too. We'll see. Hopefully I am more connected with this story than I was with Akatar, because I feel like Akatar was so hyped that I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be great, and it didn't hit the mark for me. So I hope this one does, because like I want to join this bandwagon, you know? Come on. And then lastly, we have a book which I have already started, but like I grew up loving this character, and I still love this character and have everything of this character, and eventually years from now when I have kids, their rooms are going to be probably of this character until they decide, hey, I want to do something else. And that is Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne with decorations by Ernest H. Shepard. So we have this one. We have a little story. So they went off together, but wherever they go and whatever happens to them on the way, in that enchanted place on the top of the forest, a little boy and his bear will always be playing. It's so beautiful. I have started this, but I have not finished it. I am only 42 pages in. I'm on chapter 4, and it is illustrated, you know, because it's a children's book, so children's classics. So I am excited to read it and finish it this year, because the complete tales of Winnie the Pooh. So once I read this, I would have read all his tales. And I always watch the movies and everything, and I just love them. I love his Christmas ones to watch during Christmas. I love Winnie the Pooh. He's my homeboy. I love him. So yes, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what books do you want to read this year, and subscribe if you haven't already. It would really help me. And yes, thank you guys. The more you interact, the more I know you're watching, and the more excited I get to make the videos, because sometimes I'm like, wow, I'm making these videos just for myself. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.